The top 5 ETFs ranked best to worst for your portfolio. Not all ETFs are created equal. Some can skyrocket your portfolio while others might drag it down. But how do you separate the winners from the losers? In this video, I'm breaking down 5 of the most popular ETFs, ranking them from worst to best, to help you decide which ones truly deserve a spot in your portfolio. But here's the twist. Some of these ETFs may not be as great as you think. You might be holding onto a fund that's costing you money in the long run. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which ETFs to invest in and which ones to avoid. What you'll learn: which ETFs perform the best over time, which ETFs come with hidden risks and high fees, how to build a well-balanced, high-growth portfolio. And trust me, my number 1 ETF pick might surprise you. So stick around to find out which fund I personally consider the best investment right now. Before we dive in, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more insightful investing content. Now, let's get into it. Whether you're into growth, tech, or dividends, there's something for everyone. Here are the 5 ETFs on today's list: SCHD, QQQ, VGT, JEPI, and ARKK. We'll analyze historical performance, expense fees, future outlook, and current holdings. So, this is for informational purposes only. Always do your own research. ETFs offer an easy way to diversify, but true diversification goes beyond stocks. Ranking 5 ETFs from worst to best. Ranking 5 major ETFs from least to most favorable, we're counting down from the bottom, starting with 5. ARK Innovation, ETF ARKK. Managed by Cathie Wood's ARK Invest, ARKK has never appealed to me, and here's why. Currently managing $6.9 billion, ARKK posted a 34% return in the past year. Impressive? Not really, because for most of 2024, it was actually down over 10%. Its recent surge is mostly due to Tesla and Palantir rebounding since November. Let's rewind to the pandemic-fueled rally. ARKK scored 205% between March 2020 and February 2021, thanks to Tesla and Bitcoin. But since its peak, it has plummeted nearly 60%, while the S&P 500 gained 60% in the same period. ARKK's growth wasn't sustainable. It was a lucky streak rather than a proven long-term investment strategy. Is ARKK only built for bull markets? Outside of extreme bull runs, ARKK has struggled to perform, making it a risky choice for long-term investors. The cost of owning ARKK. Beyond its 60% drop over the past few years, ARKK also charges a high expense ratio of 0.75%. Personally, I avoid ETFs with fees above 0.50%. Higher costs cut into returns, making recovery even harder. ARKK's top holdings. This ETF is heavily invested in high-risk speculative tech stocks, including Tesla, Roku, Coinbase, Roblox, Palantir, Robinhood, Shopify, CRISPR Therapeutics, Block, formerly Square, Twist Bioscience. With 64% of its assets concentrated in just 10 stocks, ARKK is highly volatile, meaning massive price swings are common. If not for recent rebounds in Palantir and Tesla, ARKK would likely be in even worse shape, given its poor performance since 2021 and high risk. Number 4. JP Morgan Equity Premium Income ETF, JEPI. Next up in our ranking is JEPI, a well-known income-focused ETF that often gets compared to SCHD and JEPQ. How JEPI generates cash flow. JEPI uses a covered call strategy to generate premium income, boosting monthly distributions. However, this comes at a cost. It caps upside potential during strong bull markets. JEPI's performance and fees. Total assets, nearly $40 billion. 1-year price increase, 5%. Modest compared to other funds. Expense ratio, 0.35%. Reasonable for an actively managed ETF. The downside of JEPI. While JEPI offers steady income, its growth potential is limited. making it a less attractive choice for investors seeking long-term capital appreciation. Why JEPI's growth is limited. Since JEPI continuously uses a covered call strategy, its upside is capped. This explains why it gained only 5% over the past year, while the S&P 500 surged nearly 25%, highlighting a major performance gap. JEPI's key holdings. JEPI's portfolio includes 132 stocks featuring well-established industry leaders. Meta Platforms, digital and social media giant. Amazon, e-commerce and cloud powerhouse. MasterCard and Visa, global payment leaders. Progressive, major insurance provider. Alphabet, Google, AI and online advertising leader. Trane Technologies, industrial solutions specialist. Thermo Fisher, biotech and life sciences leader. AbbVie, pharmaceutical powerhouse. Southern Company, key energy utility provider. With a 7.2% yield, JEPI is great for steady income, but payouts vary based on options trade success. While solid for income investors, I prioritize long-term appreciation, making JEPI incompatible with my goals, placing it fourth on my list. 3. Vanguard Information Technology ETF, VGT. Now, we're in the top 3 ETFs, and at number 3 is VGT, the Vanguard Information Technology ETF. VGT was a key part of my portfolio for years, especially early in my investing journey. However, as my strategy evolved, I eventually phased out my VGT position. While great for high growth exposure, VGT is heavily tech-focused, and I wanted a more balanced allocation. Limited exposure to key stocks. I wanted greater investment in Amazon, Meta and Alphabet, which weren't as dominant within VGT's holdings. VGT's strengths. While VGT excludes major names like Amazon, Meta and Alphabet, it remains a dominant tech ETF, managing $99 billion in assets with a low 0.10% expense ratio. It also offers a small 0.6% dividend, though its real appeal lies in tech growth. VCT's largest holdings. This ETF provides broad tech exposure with top positions in Apple, the most valuable company in tech, Nvidia, the AI and semiconductor leader, Microsoft, a cloud and software giant, Broadcom, a key player in semiconductors, Salesforce, the top CRM platform, Oracle, a powerhouse in enterprise tech, Cisco, a major networking solutions provider, Adobe, a leader in digital and creative tools, ServiceNow, specializing in workflow automation, IBM, a long-standing tech innovator. VGT holds 319 stocks. VGT's performance. Since early 2023, tech stocks have been leading the market recovery. VGT surged nearly 100%, while the S&P 500 gained around 60%, proving its strength for those seeking higher tech exposure. 2. Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF SCHD. Now we're down to the top 2 ETFs, and this ranking could have gone either way. But at number 2, it's SCHD, the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF. If you expected SCHD to take the top spot, you're not alone. But not this time. Why SCHD slipped in my ranking. A few years ago, SCHD was an easy favorite, but today's version isn't quite as strong. For example, in 2023, Broadcom was SCHD's top holding, one of its best periods. SCHD is a top-tier dividend ETF managing $68 billion in assets, with a low 0.06 expense ratio, the most cost-effective ETF on this list. Over the past year, it's returned 9%, while offering higher yields and stronger payout growth than most dividend ETFs. Since my portfolio is already tech-heavy, SCHD provides balance and stability, especially when tech stocks struggle. SCHD's sector allocation and top holdings. Unlike tech-driven ETFs, SCHD is weighted towards financials, healthcare, and consumer goods, with only 10% in tech. Top holdings include AbbVie, Pfizer, Amgen, Bristol Myers Squibb, leaders in healthcare and biotech. Cisco Systems, a networking powerhouse. Coca-Cola, a consumer favorite. BlackRock, a financial giant. The Home Depot, a retail leader. Chevron, a major energy player. Verizon, a telecommunications giant. With 102 total holdings, the top 10 stocks make up 42% of the fund. SCHD's dividend strength, current yield 3.66%, 5-year dividend growth 12%, 13 consecutive years of dividend increases. SCHD offers stability, diversification and growing payouts, making it a solid long-term investment. Plus, its March rebalancing could bring notable portfolio changes. And finally, my best ETF, Invesco QQQ ETF, my top ETF pick. Why QQQ is my #1 ETF pick. QQQ is tech-driven but offers a more balanced sector mix than other tech-heavy ETFs. QQQ's sector breakdown: 50% tech-focused, but the other half is diversified across multiple industries, providing broader market exposure beyond just tech. One major reason I favor QQQ is its dominance in the options market. It's among the most actively traded ETFs, alongside SPY and IWM, making it a top choice for trading strategies. QQQ's key stats: assets under management $330 billion, 12-month performance plus 24%, expense ratio 0.20%. For long-term holding, QQQM offers the same exposure with a lower expense ratio, but for options trading, QQQ remains the better pick. QQQ's top holdings: Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Broadcom, Meta, Tesla, Alphabet, Costco. With 102 total holdings, the top 10 make up over 50%, making it tech-heavy but still diversified across strong industries. Looking ahead in 2025, Meta and Amazon continue to dominate, while Costco has been surging. QQQ is positioned for another strong year. ETF performance and final thoughts: ARKK plus 10% leading the group, QQQ plus 3.5%, JEPI plus 2.5%, SCHD plus 1.5%, VGT plus 0.8%. 2024 full-year performance: VGT plus 28%, best performer; QQQ plus 25%, ARK plus 8%, SCHD plus 8%, JEPI plus 5%. Each year brings new challenges and opportunities, and 2025 will be another test for these ETFs. We just ranked 5 major ETFs, highlighting which ones I invest in and which ones I avoid. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, so always do your own research and consult a professional before making any investment decisions. Now it's your turn. How would you rank these ETFs? Do you agree with my picks, or would you change things up? Drop a comment below. If you found this valuable, tap that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Your journey to financial freedom continues, and I'm excited to be a part of it. Here's to your investing success. Profitable investing.